Paul, thank you for joining us. One place to start, and that's with the fans back tomorrow. It's a good sight, isn't it?
Oh, it's great for us, because if there's one big positive thing what this club's got is its fan base, and I think that's okay. It's only a small number that can get in due to the situation, but that's one big positive of it, and hopefully they can come and help us and come and support us the way they've always done, but that's a great thing. I think that's what everybody was waiting for.
Kane Jackson said last week after the Plymouth game that the home players would have felt the home support, although they weren't our fans. Hopefully the lads there did as well.
Say that again.
Just in terms of like having a crowd in the stadium.
Oh, listen, it was really good. I mean, I stood out at the area we were coming out from, and I seen the fans coming in, and it was just great. Plymouth guys got a really good reception. It was really good. So yeah, I'm pretty sure our fans will do the exact same. They'll come and then get behind the guys, and because we're sitting third, and the teams above us obviously have come down for the championship, so we're sitting in a good position. Yeah, we've not played great every time, but in this moment with the injuries we've had, we're competing really well, and that's the great thing about it.
What sort of a part can they play, especially in the 90 minutes?
Oh, I've always said you need the supporters, Jacob. You need them to feed off of. You need them to drive you on, and it's been evident, not just in our league or any. I watch football in Europe, and in Scotland, and England. There's teams that suffer without it, and there's teams that gain without it. So it's difficult without them. I don't personally like when there's no fans there, because I think you do need them. As I said, there's one big positive the club's got is its fan base.
Again, last week, Kane Jackson said that given the injuries, the team's shown a lot of fight and spirit, and that's something that you've just alluded to.
Well, I think that's been kind of overlooked. As I said, Hull's up there, just can relegated. We're in a really good place. We're competing with everything and thank God for the young ones coming in, because without them, they've done great, the young kids in the academy, but I've got to be brave enough to play them and to throw them in, so which I have done. And the amount of players we've played in the league, forget the EFL trophy, the league has been an incredible start. I just saw it the other day, the young players, but for the future, it's really good, and thank God for them that they've came and stepped up. But again, I've got to be brave enough to play them, which I have. Yeah,
seeing those stats, I think in terms of minutes in games, we're at least double the next team. Just shows that the young lads are getting a chance.
And they have to, as I said, they have to get a chance, because we don't have. I think Marcus went on record as well and said that we can't do what we've done during the pandemic, during this hard times. What the kids have done with the older guys is really stuck together with it. And there's been times it's been really tough. But as I said before, it's only Hull. Who's second in the table at the minute? Lincoln. So Hull and Lincoln are ahead. As one's just got relegated. Lincoln's done well, but we have got 10 injuries as well, which is a big chunk of your experienced and good influential players. It's not just as if it's kids, it's good experienced and influential players. So hopefully we can keep going, and when they come back we're going to be a lot stronger. 4
points away from home in the last two, it's a solid return, isn't it?
It is, and it's funny because as I said before, the negativity after Oxford, and Hull go and get a point at Oxford, and everybody thinks it's a great point. We go and get a point, and everybody thinks it's an absolute disaster. So but that's where I think it's got to be an even playing field, and what the guys have done. As I said, the young ones coming in and being good enough, and as I said before, I've got to be brave enough to throw them in, and them along with the older ones deserve a lot of credit.
Now just looking to get that home form back on track, because we've always said we started the season so well, and home form will be important this campaign, won't it?
Massively, and the two teams that beat us came down for the championship, and they beat us with a team that probably wasn't our strongest. As I said before, that the injuries that have certainly hampered us, but again, we're sitting third, so it's the question is where does people think we should be at this moment in time, and where we are with the squad that we've got and the team that we've got at the minute. Where do people see us as third a fair return for people to say, okay, look at the amount of team or players they've got out? I think that's what you've got to look at.
Some more good news out of the club this week, and that was Kane returning to training. Has he come through that unscathed?
Well, there's a bit of fatigue there, so we've kind of took him out the firing line a little bit, but he trained the other day and looked really, really good. But you've got to remember, Jake, a year out is a long, long time. It's a long, long time out, and we're hoping in no too distant future, he starts to get games again.
And you certainly won't rush him back because it's been such a long time out.
No, you can't. You can't. And my thing, when you're out for a long time, maybe the injury that you kept you out for that length of time is good, but the other little muscle things can creep into it, and that's only my concern with the whole thing.
Any other injury sort of updates? We've got Flynn, Scusi, Guion, and Co.
They're all doing well. They won't be back. James, they won't be back. James Wilson as well in that category. The guys won't be back. Aaron Drennan, we don't know. We wait and see this morning. And but the most of them are still not available.
Portsmouth, no doubt, would be a tough game. They're going to be one of the sides that people think will be up there. How much do you look at the cup game? Not at all. It was a different game, wasn't it?
It was a good game. We were 2-0 down, and it was a good game. Second half, I thought we were good, and then the offside goal, I think, was apparent for everybody. Yeah. But we made, I think, 8 or 9 changes for the team that played Sunderland because of the journey. And but we played a good game against a strong team, and Kenny's got a good team. They were in playoffs last year. So, but again, we're ahead of them at the minute. As I said before, we're a team that is not our strongest, but we've got good players with the young guys to come in and help us. But we just need the injury ones back.